know what time it is, right?
Yeah. It's time. It's time to level up.
You ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
Welcome to the Next Level Up podcast show.
Yes.
I am your host, Dwayne Sylvester, and I am here with my boy.
Y'all know what time it is. Brother Fred, it's time to level up in your heart, your mind, your spirit. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, I am super excited
Man.
to be back. I think this is our first episode for 2024.
Yes, it is.
I'm telling you, last year was such a blessing.
Yeah.
We've had so many people connect with us, subscribe in on our YouTube. And what a
Yes.
blessing, because we see all of your comments, we see all of your likes and shares
Yes.
and subscription. And first and foremost, we want to just thank a few of our fans right off the bat.
Yes. As a
for-
matter of fact,
Yeah.
I told him too the next time I want to give a shout out to Stefan in Australia.
Yeah.
That has been viewing the podcast. What's up? Shout out to him. And also shout out to Amy in Virginia.
What's
Thanks for
going
listening
on?
and tuning into the podcast.
Thank you for listening and tuning in.
Yes,
this
yes.
year is going to be super exciting because
Yes.
I'm telling you, we got some more topics, some more
Yes.
conversations coming your way. You know, these just everyday conversations, like what's going on, you chopping it up with your boy, you know, and
Right,
it
right.
is amazing.
It's amazing.
But we
Yeah.
do have a special guest. Familiar
for the second
face.
time. Come on now.
Familiar face. This is Miss Davis. Miss Davis, you back with us again. How that feel like being back on the podcast show?
Feels wonderful. It's a new year.
It is. It is.
Because last time she rocked the podcast. I mean, it was so many people that was so blessed. I mean, we got a lot of comments. I got a lot of inbox. People was crying. They were saying that they were so touched, and they said thank you too, Miss Davis.
Yeah.
For giving
So
your
if you
testimony.
do not know
Yes.
what we're talking about, you can go back into our history on our YouTube
Yep.
so you can pick up and watch that episode that we had. How do you recover after losing a loved one?
Yes,
We had
yes.
interviewed Miss Davis, and
Yes.
I'm telling you, the response that came in from her sharing her story was
Yes.
just amazing. So we wanted to have her back because of the simple fact that this episode that we're calling Still Standing.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And
She's-
before we,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was
go
just saying she's still standing. She's
Yes, she
looking
is.
beautiful
Yeah.
as ever. When she walked into the studio, I had to.
Right.
I said, "Lord, okay, all right,
Yeah,
Miss
she
Davis,
ready.
she's still standing, y'all.
Right.
She have recovered, but we're gonna talk about. We're
Yeah.
gonna be talking about all the highs and the lows
Yes, yes.
of that. But again, if you want to check that out, so you'll know what we're talking about,
Please
it is
tune
the
in.
episode
Yes.
called "How Do You Recover After Losing a Loved One?"
Yes.
Check that out with Miss Davis, and you'll know what we're talking about. But today, we're talking about Still Standing. So,
Even
go
before
ahead.
we get into
Yeah.
that, I just want to give a brief bio on Miss Alonda Davis. Well, let me let y'all know who she is. Some of you who may not know who she is. Miss Alonda Davis, she is the administrator and treasurer of Encouragement Corner Outreach, which is a great outreach, by the way. She is also an advisor for the Next Level Up podcast and FB Empowerment Ministries. She has been with the outreach for over 5 years now, and just working with her has been phenomenal. She is a great person in and out and off camera and on camera. So, thank you, Miss Alonda Davis, for being here.
You're quite welcome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Again, we're going to just jump
Yes.
right into it. Again, we call this episode Still Standing.
Still Standing.
And it's a follow-up, actually.
Yes, it is.
What we kind of discussed the last time, but we're going to take it into a different direction because
Yes.
so many viewers was blessed by, again, how do they recover over losing a loved one?
Yes.
They really was touched by that because of the simple fact that somewhere and somehow that people have lost loved ones, whether
Yeah.
it be their mate, or whether it be their children, their family members,
Yes.
their co-workers. They have lost a friend, and you just expound on that. So, what are you up to these days? Like, how are you taking each day in stride, and to our viewers, letting them know how these days are for you?
Well, I work seasonally with the Dearborn Heights election office.
Okay.
clerk.
Okay.
And I have grandkids and great grand, and spend a lot of time backwards and forwards taking care of them and dropping them at school, picking them up, that kind of stuff. And as you said, working with the FB Empowerment and whatever you guys need me to do for the Next Level Up podcast, and keeping busy with the Encouragement Corner outreach.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you're saying that basically you're just staying busy, staying active. Is that a deflective thing, or is that just something in your everyday norm? Because a lot of people will want to know. So do I just keep busy and act as if things are just normal, or have you really dealt with that loss and you're able to now redirect and refocus your energy on other
That's
things?
good.
Well, I have reflected on the loss, and I've continued to move forward and do some of the other things that have been going on in my life anyway, that I haven't had a lot of time to put forth, the time on it. And now I have more time because I'm retired and working, like I said, just seasonal.
Okay.
But this is going to be a busy year.
All right.
So my question is, just like the topic, still standing. What would your definition of still standing be right now? Since we talked about that, we talked about how do you recover after losing a loved one. Now we're talking about still standing. So, what is some of your, how can I say, some of your advice on people who have been through that? How can you still stand?
Well, when you guys told me the topic would be still standing, you didn't define it. You didn't tell me what it would be
Okay,
about.
good. Okay.
So I'm really here in the blind. But you have to do whatever works for you. Like I said before, if you feel like you need counseling, if you feel like you need a group session or something, then you do that.
That's
If you need an individual session, you do that. If you need to get up and go to breakfast with a friend, do that. If you need to do whatever it is that makes you comfortable, happy, and moves your life forward, then that's what you do.
Absolutely. I like that whole thing is not staying focused on something so traumatic. Because again, it can leave you at a place of not being able to move forward because you're dealing with so many other things. But like you said, you have seasonal work that you do to stay active. You have your grandkids to keep you active and busy. And then you're just involved in different nonprofit organizations and helping again out on so many different arenas. You're stretching yourself to be able to help in any capacity that's warranted. So that's one of the things that we can share with our viewership is just stay active, being busy, not saying that, not thinking about it, that it goes away, but it allows you to have your focus on something other than what happened.
Right.
Is that an accurate statement?
That's very accurate. You need to go on and get something going in your life so that you can not, like you said, never move past it, but you can move on with what you need to do for yourself.
Okay, all right.
So now my next question is, what's next for Miss Alonda Davis? What's next? We want to know. We want to know what's next.
I
for
have
you.
no idea what is next. Whatever comes across my path that I see and can become involved with, then that's what I'll do. But I don't have a cha-ching list saying I'm going to do this and
No
I'm going to do
bucket
that.
list or anything
Right.
like that.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's dive in. Since
Come
we're
on, let's
finding out
dive
what's
in.
next.
Right. Come on,
Is
Savannah.
that, Ms. Davis, I think some of our viewers would like to know, are you single? Are you
Come on now.
available? Are you dating?
Yes.
What's that status about?
Oh my.
Because, again, we know what happened. And
Right.
again, we're not going to reiterate that. They have to go and check that
That's
out
right.
on that other
Check
episode.
it out. Yes.
But I would like for you to let our viewers know, are you in the arena of dating, or are you with someone,
Right.
at this present time?
Let's just say no, not at this present time.
Okay.
Okay.
So what? I mean,
So
yeah, I mean,
is there
yeah, that's
more?
like that's kind of vague. Like not at this
Right,
present
right.
time. Like, so are you courting someone? Are you
Oh, no,
dating?
no.
Are you open to?
I would have to say I'm more open to than in any lockdown type relationship.
Okay, what do you mean by
Right,
lockdown? So you're
exactly.
open to just dating casually and see where it leads? I mean, like,
that would be a good way to start.
oh,
That would be a good way to start. Yeah.
okay.
I've been married twice, so I mean, it's not like I'm
Mhm.
out there saying, "Oh, I got to get married." No, I don't.
Okay. So you're looking for a friend, maybe a companion.
Yes.
So if it was someone that
Mhm.
you were
Come on
looking
now,
for, what
Sylvester.
would be that person that would catch your eye?
Oh
Mhm.
my.
I mean, because you're standing
Right,
in.
exactly.
I mean, you're standing in your wholeness. That's
Yes.
the beauty
Yes,
of it all.
it is,
and
it
it's
is.
not trying to just put you on blast, but in the same
Mhm.
sense, it's really that you've lived life.
Yes,
You've
she
lived
has.
an abundant life.
Yeah.
You've lived a life of loss and love.
Mhm.
And so a lot of times we get stuck in, well, I'm at this age, and I'm not going to even ask you that, but
Mhm.
I'm at this age, so I'm just content with just doing me, as we would say, and that doesn't involve anyone, but everyone needs companionship. Everyone wants to be
Mhm.
loved. So
Absolutely.
that's why I'm asking, because you just never know. It could be a single brother,
Absolutely.
man, who hears this podcast and sees it and like, oh, how do I get in touch with her? So we'll get that out later. But
That's right.
are you
Okay.
open to that?
Yes, I would be open to that, Sylvester. Yes, I would.
No. Okay.
Yes, I
You would be open to that. So
Yeah.
again, that question was, what does that person look like for you?
That
What will be
person-
some of those qualifications
Yeah.
that you would
Awesome.
be
Okay.
looking for?
That person would be able to travel, because I like to travel.
Okay.
Go out, enjoy, an evening, movies, dinner, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
within reason, and be self-sufficient.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's
That's
saying
good,
got
that's
your
good.
own money.
Yeah.
Got your
Mhm.
own money. Uh-huh.
Your own money, your own car, your own house, yeah, all of those things that we
Mhm.
need to necessitate
Yeah,
living.
absolutely.
That's
So
I
you're
have
not in the
mine.
business of caregiving. You
I'm
don't
not.
want you're not doing the caregiving
No,
thing.
no.
No.
I've done enough of that over the years.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Right, that's good.
because we weaning out
right.
those available and not available. Don't
Mhm.
waste her time or ours. Don't inbox
right.
or say
Right.
anything. And if you can't travel, if you can't.
Right.
Go out, like I say, on reasonable, dates. Again,
Mhm.
she's not this person. And one thing about Miss Davis, and we love so much, that's
Right.
one of the reasons why we have her on, because this is who she really is. She's such a genuine and loving and
Yes.
thoughtful
Yes.
person.
Yes.
Like, it's a person that you just love being around. And a lot of
Absolutely.
times, life be, as the younger folks say, lifing, that you just tend to forget about that aspect as the love part of your
Absolutely.
life.
That's
And
good.
you deserve that
Mhm.
that companionship. Again, where it leads. But at the end of the day, companionship is all right, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's a real good thing.
yeah. So, I'm gonna move along that, and we may come back and visit it again just in case. But what's some of the things that motivate you as far as the whole still standing and just living life and enjoying it? What can you speak on so our viewers will know if they're young, middle age, retired age? What's some of the things that motivate you?
Well, the things that would motivate me would be being able to get up, go out. I'm a call away from I can go to breakfast, I can go to lunch, I don't have children at home anymore, thank God for that, or grandkids living with me, thank God for that. But I'm generally working whenever there's an election, Monday through Thursday. Other than that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is good. It's good for me.
Okay. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Monday through Thursday really is not.
Oh no, we don't cut anything out. I mean,
I like it.
I don't work an 8-hour, 10-hour shift. I'm home later in the day, so
Right.
Okay.
You can always reach out and touch if, we are friends or whatever. We become friends.
Okay. So, hey, you're open for it to be a communal conversation at least to start.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can do conversation. I'm good at that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you sure is looking good. So, I think you got more to offer than conversation, but we're gonna leave it in conversation.
Right.
All right.
So Miss Davis, now I know that you have an outreach for seniors as well.
Yes, I do.
So how is that going? And what are some of the things that that you and the seniors, talk about?
Well, we usually meet when we're able to meet once a month
Okay.
on a Friday. We've been getting together at my house,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in the process of packing up my house to put it on the market to move.
Sweet.
But when we all get together, we have a meal together. I always, provide the food and the whatever beverages that we have, and we get together and we talk about things. We play games to, keep ourselves busy, and it's fun. It's fun. We do teams and see who wins the team, and we get a little prize or something. But it's just something to keep ourselves entertained and busy.
So how do other people get involved with that?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just a close net of friends that you generally, because that is some private space opening up your home.
Yeah, it would depend. If, they could always email us and see if we are meeting that particular month, and we could talk to them and see if they want to, become involved.
Okay, and what is that email? Can you share that with us?
What's the email, Fred? EC
Yep, is EC Outreach 8
at Gmail.
at gmail.com.
All right, so EC Outreach number
The number 8
at gmail.com.
Yeah.
So again, those who may want to be involved with her the senior program, or just that that senior role name just is so, it just makes it seem so old. You know what I'm saying? So we need to come up with another name.
Yeah, instead of seniors.
I mean,
what are you gonna call it? The season.
season saint. Look, I mean,
You don't have to be.
I mean,
You don't have to be 90. We're talking 50 and up. It's fine.
I got it. It's just that when anybody senior.
But do you have a problem with that name,
call it
senior?
No, we mature. We're seasoned.
I like this.
Oh,
I like that.
okay.
I mean, that's what
All
I'm
right.
saying. Just giving it
All right.
another name.
Yeah,
I
sure.
just, when you hear senior,
Okay.
you just see someone shuffling around on a walker, and I mean, just willing in a wheelchair coming on. You ain't got no ramps to your house.
They don't
and all
have
that.
none.
I'm just saying, like, singers sometimes seem old. Like when we're looking at such a vibrant.
Shuffling. What are they shuffling though?
Because they keep taking steps. They not.
Oh, okay.
They
Okay.
shuffle. You know what I'm saying? It's like hold on, I'm coming.
We're just
hold on.
lightly seasoned.
Lightly seasoned, yeah. Shuffle, you got too much salt on it. Here I come. Hold on.
Here I come.
Here I come. I just want to make sure, who are we, entertaining? Because
Oh,
again,
man.
anybody, they
Oh, wow.
I don't want to be involved with that.
Right.
We're
I got
busy.
my glaucoma and my cataract is, but I'm just saying, like, I can't play cards no more because
we play cards
Right,
sometimes.
right.
We play the games with the cards, and then sometimes when we're having something with the Encouragement Corner outreach, I get the people to gather around, when we're getting ready to do that, and they help me pack the toiletry bags and things like that to give to
okay.
when we're going out on the
For the outreach.
Evangelism.
for an
Yep.
outreach.
Evangelism. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, we do busy things. We don't just sit around.
They're not
and-
shuffling.
No, we don't sit around and shuffle.
Okay, all right. No, I didn't think so. I just be trying to make it clear because when you're speaking to a broader audience,
Yeah.
you really want to define what
Exactly.
it is that you're doing. We, of course, we're lighthearted. I love my seasoned elders. I respect them 100%. Again, our podcast, we fun love and we joke
Right.
and everything. I don't ever mean to cause any offense to anybody, but I'm gonna get old one day and I'm probably gonna be shuffling, around. But you see it, with the walker, you just, you ain't taking full steps no more. I mean, it happens to the best of us, and right now that's not the group that you're
No, that's
catered
not the
to.
group
Right,
that-
no.
That's not the disabled senior.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You want the live, vivacious,
Yeah.
senior that is, or seasoned.
busy, want to keep
Right.
themselves active,
Right,
and
right.
can, like I said, can support us and help with the outreach that we're doing. And
Because it is an important outreach. So, can you speak on that outreach? You mentioned it a couple times, and so that's one of the things that you do during the week
right,
that keeps you active and busy in this time. So, what is this outreach you're talking about?
we're talking about Encouragement Corner outreach,
Okay.
which Fred is the CEO.
Okay, so that's ECO. So that's
Right,
where I see that.
ECO.
Yeah, absolutely. I see
So
it.
That's what
I've
the
definitely-
ECO stands for.
Absolutely.
And generally, we get together and we do an outreach by taking blankets and toiletries and food and whatever we can to people who are disadvantaged out on the, streets of Detroit generally. And we offer them some assistance as we can. Like I said, we'll always try to give them blankets and things to keep them warm. I tell you, you go out there, some people refuse the blanket. They say, no, I don't want, they might take the goodie bag or a toiletry bag, but they say, no, I already have blankets. And they basically are saying, I have mine, you can take it to somebody else who needs it.
Absolutely.
So we do that, and then in August, we will be working on our 3rd annual backpack giveaway.
Mhm.
It'll be August 17th. And we're always looking for volunteers, someone who might want to help out or join Encouragement Corner Outreach, because it's a nonprofit and we are 501c3. So we look forward to doing programs to enhance people's lives and, try to uplift them and move them forward.
Absolutely. I love it. I absolutely love the outreach. I'm very familiar with it and what it does for our community. And again, just the giving back and paying it forward, the philanthropic type of things that it does for the community. And again, these are just, these nonprofit organizations, sometimes if you're not this big conglomerate, you kind of get overlooked.
Right.
You don't
Right.
get as many
Right.
donations,
Exactly.
you don't get as many volunteers, you don't get as much help, because you haven't grown to a status that's newsworthy. But again, the amount of people's lives that's been affected by it is newsworthy. I don't
Right.
care if it's one person, it's newsworthy. And it's sad that we're in a society where now it takes you really being this big name and all of that to really get credit, when to me that's not what an organization is all about.
Right,
It's all
right.
about the impact and the amount of people that you're helping.
Absolutely.
Right.
And because you stand as far as the gatekeeper for this organization, I'm just so proud of you because you experienced so much life. You give an insight. Like, again, I know you outside of our podcast and
Right.
outside of the ECO and other things that you're doing, and I'm just you're just so full of love and joy, and I'm so thankful that you are partnering with us and just with us
Absolutely.
through this journey.
Absolutely.
Because it speaks to who you are. It speaks to your character, as a person. So everyone sees the fun-loving side and the great side of Miss Davis. But what about those days that you're feeling low, or that you having moments that it's just not, not a great day? If we can be just transparent, not saying that you, are going into this great depression, but when you have a moment of vulnerability and say, hey, I'm just not having the best of day. What is that you do, or what helps you get through or motivates you to get beyond that? Because we're human.
Well, if I'm not having a great day, which, comes, like you say, to everybody at some point in time, I'll pick up the phone and I'll call a friend and say, hey, got time to do some lunch or do breakfast or whatever, and get up and shower and go meet somebody.
Wow. So you're saying having an accountability partner, someone that you can
Yeah.
connect with
That's good.
on those moments, because a lot of times some people don't have that.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
And so if they don't have that person they can connect with, they can sit in that low place, and then that low place can turn into a dark place, and then
Right.
that dark place turn into depression.
Yeah.
Right.
And so,
Yes.
you know, those are the stages in which people tend to slip
Right.
into that deep depression. And you just standing here and just full of life and energy and busy and, you know, and just beautiful inside and out. And, you know, I just wanted people to be able to hear from a person who we call survivors, survivor in the sense of being able to talk to someone who's still standing, who have
Right.
come
Right.
through so much, but yet you have a positive outlook and you're willing to, you know, pay it forward and do volunteer work. Like, you know, it's almost like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you?
You know, you don't have time to help with things like this when you're raising a family
Mm.
and have a husband and everything. But I've been blessed with being able to become involved with things like your program and Fred's program and that kind of thing. And I have friends who have also lost loved ones. And I try to kind of, you know, read them or keep up with, you know, how they're feeling and that kind of thing. And if I'm talking to somebody and I kind of hear it, you know, in their voice that they just are not having a good day, then I'll say, hey, you know, have you had breakfast or have you had lunch? You want to go to dinner? My granddaughter works at a restaurant. Hey, you want to ride out there to, you know, with me and, you know, we'll have lunch or whatever. Just something to keep somebody going. If you can tell that it might avert that person going down or in a sad place, because I don't like to see people in sad places, because you don't have to be in a sad place if you have somebody else you can reach out to.
Mm.
And if that person doesn't reach out to you, reach out to somebody. You know, you can reach out.
Yeah, if you don't hear from them
Right.
or whatever, especially if you know that individual.
Right.
You're like, hey, I ain't heard from such and such, such and such. You know, maybe I should just reach out just to say hi.
Yeah, exactly. And you can generally, you know, begin to feel how a person is feeling when you're talking to them, if you talk to them regularly.
Right.
And-
You can kind of pick on if
Yeah.
they trying to divert or you know, create another conversation when in reality they really going through something.
Right.
Absolutely, because I was about to say that, because sometimes when people do that, you know, that's like another sign of depression.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're
When a
feeling
person,
low.
yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
one thing about this too, I'm going to tell you that she didn't mention, but the seniors outreach. I'm going to just say this because now you got me thinking about the shuffling.
Right.
But the seniors outreach. Well, I'm going to tell you something about that and what I love about what I see Miss Davis and a lot of the men and women. You know, like she has, like, people call her for prayer.
Mm.
You know, they call her, and I see that sometimes that, you know, Miss Davis, she goes out and she pray, you know, for people that, you know, that call her and things of the nature and need any type of uplifting or whatever. And I think that's very important. I think that's really important
That
too. With
is.
that.
That
Yeah.
is. That's very important because again, everybody needs somebody.
Yeah, they
You
do.
know,
Right.
you know, we just come out of, you know, a holiday season and,
Yeah,
and we embarking on another,
Yeah.
like Valentine's Day coming up, especially when these type of occasions, you know, come around, you begin to miss those loved ones. You begin to think of more about that person who was there and is no longer there. And so, you know, people be wanting to know, how do I get through this? You know,
Yeah.
like, how do I turn these memories of missing into a message of hope?
What you can do is, like I do sometimes, if you have other friends who are also in that same kind of place that you are without that loved one, you know, in their life at that time, then get together and do something with that person.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, just a friend is a friend, you know, and you can go and uplift that person and do something with them. I mean, if you don't do anything, but take them to the grocery store.
Oh. So you just creating a community amongst people of like minds
Right.
or situations where that you able to connect with, you know, one another. So that's again to all.
Yeah,
our
that's
viewers.
very
Yeah,
important.
That's good.
Very important. And it
Yeah.
goes back to what you said about accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability, and I think that's very important. You know, we oftentimes call it fellowship, but you see why it's so important a fellowship, because you need that person that you can talk to in those times of need and stuff like that. That's good.
Yeah, it is
That's
good. And that is just a wonderful thing to have, you know.
Yeah.
And not only with, I can say, that fellowship as far as hanging out and all of that with a group of people, but again, as I said, I segue back around, it's good to have partnership, you know, just that intimate person that you can share those little special details with. And it don't even have to be sexual, you know, just someone that you can hold and talk with, you know, as well, you know, like, because again, everybody
We
needs
prior,
right.
Mr.
Right.
We're gonna prior, Mr.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, you know, like a good strong shoulder to lay your head on is always.
It's always a good thing.
It is a good thing. It's a
Yes, it
great
is.
thing.
Right.
You know,
It is.
you still human. You still a woman. God gave
Right.
you, you know, this, you know, life. And why not share it with someone?
Right,
You know, if
right.
you can, you know,
Yes.
you know, because do you find it hard to date? Like now, like because a lot. The reason why I say that because you find a lot of people. I talk a lot as far as to a lot of different people, and they say that you know it's a shortage on real men out here. Do you think
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean when women say that? Because
Yeah.
I want to know that. What does that mean?
You don't want somebody's husband knocking at your door or calling you up, and you know they have other commitments, and you don't want to be involved in people who already have prior commitments. I'll call them. But you want, and plus you don't want a crazy, because there's some people who are. I don't mean it in a bad way, but I mean people who are
Crazy. Ain't that
saying one thing but meaning other things, you know, or they try to read what you say you need or want, and they, I got, no, you don't have it. I can look and tell you don't have it. You know, I talk to you a little bit, and you really don't have what it is that I'm looking for.
Right. They have a whole hidden agenda.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So so that's what they were saying. You're like, dang, where is chivalry at? Where is you know this good man? Because now the narrative have changed where a lot of women are taking care of men, and they think that it's okay. Like that whole movement that I'm just totally against with the female getting on her knees and proposing to the man. Like,
man, that's crazy.
do you think you know that's something that
That's crazy.
you would do?
No,
That's not
me.
you.
Mm-mm.
No, you would never do that.
I never say never, but I put some money on it. That no, I'm not getting down.
Because even with you not giving me a definite no, that leads me to say that it could be a possibility.
No, it's not happening.
Okay, I just
Not
wanted to
for me.
make sure because I just think that's the craziest thing ever.
It is.
It's the craziest thing
Right.
ever that you would stoop as a woman to bend on your knees to ask a man who's supposed to be the head, who's supposed to be the provider.
But you know, right? Because I was about to say, any real man wouldn't allow a woman to do that anyway.
I mean,
I wouldn't. I mean, I can't see that as a man to have a woman get on her knees and propose. You know what I'm
but the
saying?
narrative
I
is
can't-
changing.
I
Like
can't
if you
that.
see what's going on, like
I know,
like
yeah.
these women are taking care of the men because you know now women are bosses now, and they out here taking care of business and they making all the money or making more money, so they feel like the role has changed. And I don't care if you made in my house. I don't care if you make more. The role is still the role. You still
Exactly.
the female,
Yeah.
and I'm still the man. You know.
It hasn't changed that much for me. No.
So that's what I'm saying because you're seeing it more and more out here like that. So I mean, is that the new movement?
I don't know if it is. It's not at my house because I'm not chasing. I'm not trying to chase a man down.
So, Ms. Davis, what do you think about older women and younger men?
Oh.
I'm just asking.
You know what? I personally, I'm not trying to raise anybody's children, okay? Because my children are grown.
Okay.
And so I would not mind somebody who was a little bit younger than me. I wouldn't have a problem with that. If he didn't have a problem with me, I wouldn't have a problem with him.
So what's the age?
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is that age?
we want to go with a range here? Or
Yeah, like a range, like
Right,
a
a
10
range,
year,
yeah.
10 year, 20 year.
We might be setting
like-
you up, Ms. Davis, to a nice man.
10 year, 20 year, like what is that cutoff? I'm not going to go beyond
Well,
what?
you know what? I would never say I'm not going to go beyond because it might be somebody who might be 5 years older than me or 5 years younger than me or 10 years older than me or 10 years younger. And I might say, you know what? He's a really nice guy.
What
I
about
enjoy him.
20?
I can live with that too.
You can do 30.
No, we ain't going.
I'm just asking that. See,
No,
that's the cutoff
30,
there. Yeah.
30
Miss
years
Dick-
younger would be like my son's age. And I'm
Okay.
not trying to be
Okay,
Oh, right.
okay. Well, you
Yeah.
well, you need
So
to
it
get
gotta
some
be older than
clarification,
your-
Ms. Davis.
It has to be
Be
older
older
than
than
your
my-
children.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
but young
Okay.
enough to know better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And young enough to not be shuffling yet.
Right. Exactly. Got good
Y'all
strong
hear
back.
that now?
I just heard you gotta have a good strong back, good working knees, good eyesight.
Not
Right.
shuffling.
Right.
Hey, good eyesight.
Good eyesight. She wanna have fun.
Yes.
But you say, right. You know, you say you good to share. So again, if y'all interested.
I didn't know that's what the show was going to do, but
It
okay.
wasn't. We said still standing.
No,
Like
we said
literally-
still standing, but
Literally still
Right,
standing.
right, because
not
the last-
shuffling,
right,
Hey,
exactly.
hey.
'Cause the last-
She
the
said
last-
you ain't right. You ain't doing no caregiving, so you
Right.
can't be bedridden.
No,
You
been there, done
and you
that.
say you ain't trying to have a roll up on her. And I mean, not you talk about they can
Not
come in
in
their
the
car,
car, yeah, they
but
come
they
in-
can't roll up in a wheelchair. That's
Right.
being biased. What if they
And-
got a
but
good
you know
heart?
What? They could have a good heart, but my back is not strong enough to be lifting a man. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
got
trying
you.
to, you know.
And then, like you say, traveling and all of
Yeah,
that,
I don't wanna
you
hurt
want to make
myself.
sure, right?
Mexico.
Right, I got you.
What if he have a good heart?
you have a good heart. That's fine.
Yeah, and that's good. He's a
That's
good
right.
man, but
he
he's
better
just not
have
the
a
man
good
for you.
caretaker already.
Yeah, I got.
Right.
Hey, if you.
But that's good. You
they
you
say,
being
hey,
specific.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
that's
better
good.
be. You better be
For
these
real.
days. You better be. You
'Cause
better
he's
let
like,
him know. Yep. He said, I ain't rolling. A man is power. Man to lift you up and put you in, put it down. You know, because they had the ones that lift you
Mhm.
up. You know, and then harness you over to wherever you gotta go.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But no, I would prefer
Mm-hmm.
someone who's walking
Walking.
on their own volition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got you. Actually, we just like
Yeah,
you know, we
just
just
messing
be
with
right,
me.
We
right.
love the message in this.
But wonderful person. I thank
Absolutely.
God that
Awesome.
she came and
Yes,
been a
yes,
part
she's a blessing.
of our show today. This is always fun, but I just wanted to let you know about her and this
Yes.
point of her life of still standing, just overcoming adversity,
Yes.
overcoming death,
Yes.
overcoming the loss of loved one. And still, yet she has a sense of humor. She still knows
Yes,
how
she
to
does.
smile.
Yes,
She still
yes.
knows how to stay active and relevant
Mm-hmm.
in today's society, not conforming to the things that we do.
Right.
Again, there's some standards here that she just want to do. She want a man that is going to be a man. Otherwise, she's content with just doing her herself, right? You
Yes,
like
indeedy.
I'm not going to take on a problem.
No,
If you're
no.
not a help, then you're not the person for me. And that's what it's all about. And it's really to encourage our listeners and our viewers to just let you know that it's not the end of the world when you have lost someone.
Mhm.
God still has an opportunity to bless you. I'm not making light of anyone that you loved and lost, but I'm just letting you know that God will ultimately fill that gap with His love, that agape type of love, that
Yes.
love that is forever
That's right.
standing, and then He will,
Yeah.
allow for you to see life in a whole nother way,
Mhm.
and if you just hold on and just be prayerful, connect with people, as we
That's
heard, create a community, have different outings and different things that you are connected to, your community, your, again, accountability
Mhm.
partner. All of
Absolutely.
these things allow you to be healed and whole,
Yeah.
and to live your best life going forward. And we just continue to pray that,
And I like
that.
that.
your heart is filled
Yeah.
with that love again, and not it being overtaken by the loss.
Mhm.
Not letting that loss, go away in vain. Whether you can even start organizations for that loss,
Absolutely, yes.
as well, to connect with other people in similar situations
Mhm.
who may have lost a loved one
Right.
in that way. Yeah.
And to enrich and enlighten somebody else.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, our podcast is fun and light loving, but we always going to give you the best tips and the best advice to
Absolutely.
help you live your life to the fullest. That's
Absol-
what the Next
and
Level Up podcast
that is
all
what it's
about.
about.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what I love about that, because when you hear Ms. Davis' testimony from the first episode of how do you recover after losing a loved one to now, basically what we're saying is, you know, you can still live life. There is life after all of that. You know what I'm saying? What you've gone through, and God wants you to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
That's the key. Not just living as existing or just taking up energy, but God still has a purpose for you. And in that purpose, he wants you to be fulfilled.
Yes.
And to live life,
Yeah.
you know, and to enjoy like just the joy of the Lord.
The joy of the Lord is
You know?
our strength, you know. Again,
Exactly.
it is strength in
Yeah.
knees and backs. Okay. But as we move forward in our segue segment, this one is called the
Come on.
Word of the Day. So the word of the day, best friend, what is it?
The word of the day is unbreakable. Unbreakable.
Wow.
Yes, unbreakable. And I think that word is so suitable for this podcast because we're talking about still standing. And I love the fact of Miss Davis giving her testimony and just for her to still keep standing and moving forward, and all of us on this panel. But I want to talk about unbreakable. You know, what does that mean? Let me give you the definition of unbreakable. Unbreakable means not liable to break easily. I'm going to say that again. Not liable to break easily. Yes, some of us, you know, we all experience life on this panel, and even the viewers. You may have experienced life. You know, you may experience hardship, you know, even sickness or losing a loved one. And throughout all the traumatic experiences that you have gone through, yet God still wants you to live life fulfilled. And even though you may have things that comes to challenge you or attack you or whatever it is, God still will have you to be unbreakable. Now, let me give a definition of that. You know, more in a common way. Matter of fact, let me tell you, a friend of mine, a co-worker, told me, he said, man, 2023 was the worst experience in my life. He said, man, I've lost my mom. He said, I've been through this, I've been through that. And he said, man, I don't know how I was able to, you know, to make it. And he was going down a list of things that he'd gone through. And first thing I told him, I said, now, let me stop you right there. I said, this is now 2024. I said, now, think about it. What you have experienced in 2023, and now you're able to tell it and to give your testimony. What that means is all of the tragedy and all of the heartache that you've been through, or even attacks that he's gone through, like he said, people and all of that, turn their back away from him and all of that. I told him, I said, now because you're still here, mean that whatever the enemy or things that tried to take you out, it didn't work. And this goes for even all of our viewers. No matter what circumstances, no matter what hardship you've gone through, but if you're here standing still, able to give a testimony, that means that God still have a plan for your life. Now, unbreakable also means to be shattered proof.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that is amazing.
Shatterproof. You know, a very common thing that we hear, even in scripture, where it says that no weapon that's formed against you will be able to prosper. Now understand, the weapon may form, but it won't prosper you. So no matter what heartache, whatever pain you've gone through, God still can give you strength through it. Because the next definition means unlimited strength. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
So whenever you're weak and you feel like you can't make it, you ever heard people say, man, I don't know how I got out of this.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how I made it through this. It was God's strength. And one of the other definitions means made to last or built to last. And so for anyone, no matter what the situation is, God has given you the strength to overcome it. and he's giving you the strength to be unbreakable. And so there it is.
Wow, what another powerful episode this is. Still standing. Again, we're standing next to the unbreakable woman herself, Miss Davis. Fun, lighthearted. We thank you again for being a part of the Next Level Up podcast show.
Thank you
I'm
for
sure,
having me.
you'll be able to come back on and share many other updates as she's no longer single and mingling.
Mm-hmm.
But just in all lightheartedness, did you want to leave our viewers with any encouraging words to end out and round up this still standing moment for you?
Just be open. Just be busy.
Absolutely.
And, think of someone other than ourselves.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it. Share your love with someone else, because you just don't know how much that can and will impact someone else. And so again, we thank Ms. Davis for being on the Next Level Up podcast show. Again, just being unbreakable. You are unbreakable, and I am just so elated that you guys tune in and check us out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Next Level Up podcast show. Until next time, I ask that you be strong, be bold, but most importantly,
Be blessed.
What you think? No lies. Live long enough. See how sometimes everyday living is too hard. We bring in the word with a new vibe. I've been feeling too die.